Hi, everyone. I'm a raging papist. Thanks for joining me. Uh, I just got back from visiting some clubs downtown, and I just wanted to make a video where I kind of ponder and share my thoughts on the essence of modern nightlife. What is it for? Why do we have it? Um, and in particular, I don't think I have any female viewers, but if I do, I would love to get your input on what you think of modern clubbing. Like, what do you get out of it? What do you get out of going to the clubs? Because from my perspective, I have nothing that I really get out of it. Um, and that maybe sounds strange, but let me elaborate. I stopped clubbing by the time I turned 25, simply because at that time I had been to numerous clubs. It's where all my friends wanted to go, and we always kind of said it was always, guys like to go for the ladies and like to go drink, and it's just sort of that being wild nature, I think, is what people tend to want to get out of it. But that was never something that ever really appealed to me. And I would always just go down there because that's what's expected. That's what everyone does. Um, that's where you're expected to go to socialize or something of that nature, I guess. So I would go and uh, put in my FaceTime with my friends and things like that. But then finally, at the age of 25, I had moved, and so I stopped, and that was kind of a blessing, really. But now, at the age of 30, I'm hanging out with people in their mid 20s again, and they all want to go to the clubs. That's what you do to have fun. And I don't really get why that is. I don't know what people get out of them. Um, from my perspective, when you go to a club, you deal with things like parking, and it's paid, and the alcohol is terribly overpriced. And although you're there with your friends, you are surrounded by strangers who you don't know, and frankly, I don't want to get to know. It's part of the modern mating ritual that I don't want to partake in. I find pickup culture very, very degenerate. I have no interest in taking a girl home or going to her place for a one night hookup. Um, the music that you're listening to is either way too loud, so you can't have any conversation, or and at the same time, it's just poppy stuff. It's just the garbage you hear on the radio. It's just there to wash over you, I guess, and to provide atmosphere or something of that nature. Uh, and if I sound like a terrible straight edge, it's because I am, and because I just don't understand that side. And it's really funny. I went to Las Vegas um, a couple months back with one of my best friends, and these two girls I knew got us into this really amazing rooftop club, right, in Las Vegas. And it was really funny because she kept saying, "Papist, don't you see how cool this is? That look where you're with two cute girls. Isn't it great that I got you in here?" And I'm like, and of course I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to be charming, I'm trying to be witty and cool. And we're there for a little time, and then on the way home, I tell my buddy in the car, I'm like, what did you get out of this? Did you get anything out of this? Like, I swear, even though I'm in Las Vegas, Sin City, capital of all this stuff, I'm in a rooftop club. Yeah, it's cool, but it's no different than downtown Phoenix, going to the clubs down there. It's all the same. The people you're surrounded by are assholes that uh, just crowd together. Um, you can't really talk. I get nothing. I get nothing out of it. So, what is the deal? What is the point? And in terms of, I've noticed that some of the girls that I hang out now, they really like to go. They love going to the clubs, and I just don't understand why that is. Is it that they feel sexy somehow? They feel sexually empowered, perhaps, because everyone gets in their clubbing dress, or their clubbing attire, and they go out to have fun. But even then, it's what is going on? Are people buying them alcohol? Do they like being approached by random strangers? Do they I don't know. I don't like being approached by random strangers. I don't like spending money on alcohol. I don't like any of this stuff. So what is the deal? Um, it just really strikes me as strange that I'm expected to do this. This is part of. I feel like people that go to these nightclubs, they do it because they don't really know what else there is to do. And I guess maybe that's true in some really pathetic way. But that's really pathetic. I mean, why don't you do something more edifying? Why don't you sit around with your friends? Because you want to go with your friends, right? You don't want to go alone. Why don't you do something engaging with your friends? And that could be anything. Um, I mean, my God, some friends of mine went to a haunted house for Halloween. That was a shitload of fun. Great, we had a great time. Uh, and you do something as a group, and you can engage, you can talk, you have fun, you build an experience together. It's not a nightclub where you get kind of tipsy, tell the same jokes again and again, and then you go home, and that's the night. And now it's 3 a.m. Now you got to get up. So I don't know. Anyway, uh, if you guys have any stories, please share in the comments your what do you get out of the clubs? Do you go to clubs? Why do you go? Do you go to meet women? Do you go to pick up? Uh, because otherwise, I don't know what is the purpose of these things. Um, I guess maybe there's an element of alpha maleness, right? You go to kind of puff your chest because I do know, at least at a lot the Las Vegas clubs, there are a lot of assholes around. I mean, it's just guys that you are so crowded that to even move around the dance floor. I mean, I remember I was trying to take this girl around the dance floor, and we couldn't even move. And the guys that are in front of you are so packed they won't move for you, and they can't hear you. So if you try to move them, they get all pissed off. And I'm just like, holy shit, Papist is out of his element. What are you doing here? Um, so yeah, that's the end of this. I look forward to the comments on this video, but yeah, keep up the keep up the nightlife. Keep having fun, guys, and let me know what you think. Take care.